Hello. Hello and good morning. I'm making this video a few days early, but this will be going up Christmas morning, or the 25th, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if you can see that curtain there, can you? Whatever. Don't know really. I never ever get organised. Anyway, so, hello. Lose my voice. Hello. I had a bit of a coughing fit just before I decided to make the video. Hence a nice hot Slurpee. So if my voice goes, you'll know why. I literally coughed and coughed and coughed. I just swallowed my own spit, and that's what it did to me. So, here we are on the dreaded day for many. Here we are on Christmas Day for some. Here we are on the 25th for others. And here we are on Bodhi's birthday for me. Bodhi is 5. And he's asleep. Bless him. Oh, there we go. So, the 25th. I made a video a little while ago, basically saying to get things in place if you're dreading this day, if you are. So if you will have seen that video, then hopefully you will have got a few things in place. And just a very, very quick recap, but it's invite people round. Go and ask your neighbour, what are you doing for Christmas? Are you alone? Can I come round? Do you want to come round to me? That sort of thing. Say yes to your family, if you've got a family, if anybody's invited you. Start a new tradition. Go to church if that's your thing this morning. You know, arrange something, plan something. You go on a drive, go on a walk. There's going to be nobody about, you know. So it's a lovely day for that. And there's millions of other things that you could put in place, really. However, if you haven't put anything in place and you do find yourself alone, then here we are. If you're alone for the very first time, it can feel very strange, and you can be worried about the day. How will the day be? Well, the day would just be like any day, really. It won't be the Christmas day perhaps that you're used to having if you normally spend it with other people, but it would just be a day, and it'll be today, the 25th, and it'll be over, you know, it'll be over before you know it, so try not to worry too much. So in this little video, this little part of the video anyway, I might put another section on the end when we get round to it, but in this little section, hopefully I'm going to give you a few little pointers to get you through the day, hopefully. As I say, I'm making this a few days before Christmas, but this will come out on Christmas Day. I will now be live in the chat, so because it's a premiere, this video, and that's what they call it now on YouTube. So I will be live in the chat. If you go and have a look at the chat, come and say hello. If you want to connect with anybody else, I think that's a lovely thing, really, because there are many of us that are alone. Some because we want to, some because we just don't do Christmas, some through a set of circumstances beyond our control, and some actually through a set of circumstances that are within our control, but we decide we'd rather not do it. And that's Christmas I'm talking about. We'd rather just not do Christmas. And probably that kind of encapsulates my mood around the day. I choose not to do it. I can do it, but I choose not to do it. And that's for many, many years. So, in this video, you are not alone. Okay, you are not alone. There are people around, there are people about, and there are things, if you want to, you can go out and you can do. As I say, you can go for a walk or drive or to the church or whatever. There are places that you could go to. If you are struggling with the day, somewhere there will be a phone number. If you do find yourself really, really struggling with the day, Samaritans, give them a call, if you are. So, assuming that you're not really struggling with the day, but you're a little bit concerned as how the day's going to go, you've woken up, you're already feeling a little bit lost, a little bit lonely, a little bit out of sorts, whatever. Number one, the day will go very quickly. And my little pointers that I'm going to give you, number one now, is don't compare. Okay, we do this sometimes, you know, if you suddenly found yourself alone on this day, Christmas Day, the 25th, whatever you want to call it, and it's new and fresh to you, if you're newly divorced or if you've lost a partner this year or something like that, you do find yourself alone, don't compare. What I mean by that is the brain is very fond of taking you elsewhere. Last year we did this, 5 years ago this happened. We normally invite all the family around and this happens and that happens and this takes place, and then we eat this or we drink that, and then we play party games and the house is full and noisy, and you know, you cannot now compare this day to any other day, any other 25th, any other Christmas day. You can't compare. So that's number one. Tip number one is don't compare, because it'll drive you mad. You'll sit there thinking about things that once took place on this day and wishing they could take place now. And they're not, because you are alone, which is probably why you're watching this video, I would imagine. You know, most people watching this video now are alone. And hello to anybody and everybody, hopefully, who's in the chat. I hope that a few people have joined us. If not, they'll catch this video a bit later in the day, and they may get something out of it. I do hope so anyway. That's my intention, is just to say, it's a feeling about being alone, isn't it? It's a feeling, and some people are afraid of that feeling, you know, but you could make it this day as a special day in a way. You know, it doesn't have to be Christmassy. If you are totally alone, what's the point in having it Christmassy? I do know one person, an ex-friend of mine, she used to put tinsel up and a tree and balloons and all manner of things. And I happened to go round, she was ill, and I was her supervisor. I had to go round to see her on Christmas Eve, and I tapped at the door and she said, "Oh, come in." So I went in, and it was like Santa's grotto in there. I said, "Wow, look at all this, God." She said, "I know, it takes bloody weeks to do. Don't know why I bother, really." And I said, "Well, have you got people coming round then?" She said, "No, I never do." And I find that, personally, I find that very sad. I can understand her point of view, that that's how it was when she was a kid and she's just carried it on. She was 50 when, you know, on that Christmas Eve. So I said to her, "Why do you do it then?" And she said, "I don't feel Christmassy unless I do it." So it's the feeling she felt, that she needed to feel Christmassy. And it is just a feeling Christmassy. The same as being alone is just a feeling. Now, she could have had a Christmas completely without balloons and tinsels and a tree, and probably felt exactly the same had she just flipped her thoughts, just changed her thoughts. You know, if she wanted to feel Christmassy, she could have put some Christmas music on or watched a film or whatever, you know. So if you're alone, you can also flip your thoughts rather than just keep thinking, "I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone," because that's no good for anybody, and you know that. So today can be your day. You can cook what you want. I mean, all this time, all last year, you've had whoever around, maybe the kids or the neighbours or your work colleagues, or you've been busy, or there's been a lot of noise and hustle and bustle, and today it all goes quiet. Today is the day that you wished for. If you remember, back in the summer, you thought, "Oh, I'd love just a day of doing nothing." Today is that day, do nothing. Today is that day to, I don't know, catch up on some paperwork. Start a new hobby. Today is that day to read that book you've been meaning to read. Today is that day that's your day, your quiet day, your peaceful day. No interruptions. Go and have a nap. Yeah, have a walk. Do whatever. It's your day. You can make it your day now. So that's my tip really. Number one is don't compare. it's pointless looking back and thinking back. It's lovely to have memories, of course it is, and we can look back and think back to the memories, that's fine. But when you allow that to take over and you think this isn't as good as that, so you start comparing how I am now to how I was then, and if you keep on doing that, you just bring yourself down, you know. As I say, it's just a day, that's all it is, just a day, and it will soon be over. And as we know, it gets dark, what, 3 o'clock, 3:30? That'll soon be here, really. So yeah, number one is to don't compare. As I say, the number, I'll put the number up again if you like. If you really are struggling with today, if you are, and you need somebody to talk to, somebody to actually talk to, there's the number, okay? I will be back throughout the day, 3 or 4 or 5, 6 times, who knows, and you can contact me on Facebook. You can contact me on YouTube and eBay, and there's several other different ways. All the links to everything are in the description boxes underneath every single one of my videos. And I'm sure on this day, if you're really struggling and we got the chat open, perhaps you could forge a bit of a new friendship with somebody. You could do. Even if you don't feel like it, perhaps you could do. Because many people watching this video are alone. That's the whole idea of the video. So in the chat now, there are people alone. Not necessarily lonely, because it is a big, big difference, isn't it? Being alone and being lonely. I never get lonely. I'm very blessed and very lucky, actually, that I don't get lonely. And I don't get lonely because I've got a number of different things to do in my life. You know, today, 25th, or baby's birthday, or Tuesday, or Christmas Day, or whatever you want to call it, I am doing a number of different things. I'm working on this. It's going to take me many hours to do, so I'm working on that. I won't be about all the time today because I will just live my life, you know, so we will be going out and about, me and the little man, because he'll want to go. I will be cooking a meal, having a shower, things like that, you know. I just have an ordinary day. I am alone, and I will be alone today. I won't see anybody unless I happen to chat to somebody. And you know, that's a wonderful thing. If you go and have a walk in your local park, you never know where it might lead. You know, who's about, what conversations that you might have. So try not to close yourself off. Just because you're alone doesn't mean that you have to just stay in. You can go out. Give yourself permission. You can do whatever you want to do. It's your day. I hope some of these words might have helped a little bit, but please know that the day will soon go by, and it's just a day. That's all it is. Let it wash over you. Go and have a long bath. Have a nap. Read a book. Go out. Make it your day. Cook a nice meal. Come back a bit later and there'll be another video from me, and we'll have a chat then. We'll see how the day's going. Okay, I hope that that has helped a little bit, really. Just put you at ease, perhaps, because people are, if you're newly, freshly alone, if you like, on this day, you can be full of trepidation, full of nerves and worry, and how will I ever manage, how will I get through? And you will get through, but you already know that. You do know that. You know, it's just a day. Okay? I will now put the links up to the videos that I did last year. If you didn't see them, I think I did 4 or 5 videos, probably 5, Christmas Day sort of videos. I'll probably be repeating myself in these videos as I did last year, because it's exactly the same, isn't it? Even if you celebrate Christmas, it's all the same. You go to the same people, you eat the same food, you get the same presents. It's all the same, really, you know. But I will be putting around here somewhere, I will be putting the links up to the videos. So I would suggest that you watch them if you didn't watch them last year. They might help, might. And if not, they will whittle away a little bit of your time. Go and make yourself a nice Slurpee. Watch a few videos. and make it your day. Your day. See you later. Hello again to everybody in the chat, and thank you for joining us. And we're off now, but we will be back a bit later. Take care, everybody, and be well. Thank you. Hello again. Hopefully you can see me. Hello, Boat. Birthday boy. 5. 5 you are, Boat. Look at this little boy, it's 5. Oh, you're trying to climb into my beard. You're 5, aren't you? Get down then for a minute. Good boy. Okay, the camera is very low. I am aware of that, so I'm going to have to... There you go. Get yourself comfy. So, I thought I'd make a little bit more of a video to go on the back of what I've already just said. Number 1, I said don't compare. So this is number 2, and it's don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. By that, I simply mean this. All of my life, I've seen things like boxes of chocolates, Christmas cards, adverts on the telly when I used to have a telly, or when I was a child. Things like that, right, of this wonderful family all dressed in their wonderful warm winter jumpers, and they're all holding a mince pie. They're all laughing insanely at this mince pie. Oh, and they're looking gazingly and lovingly at each other. Everybody's pulling crackers, and it's just perfect. Their whole life is so perfect. Don't be fooled. I'm sure there are 1 or 2 families out there like that. I'm sure there are, but on the whole, most people's Christmases are not really like that. And I think particularly for a child, you're often paraded around from family to family to family, driving in between, swapping cards or presents or whatever you do, you know. And for a child, they just want to open some toy cars and play, or whatever they want to do, you know. And for most mums and dads, or perhaps older children, they just want a bit of peace and quiet and chill out, you know. For mums, they work very, very hard. I say mums, I know it can be dads. In my case, it was my mum, because my dad did absolutely zero, not just Christmas Day, but all of his life. So mums work really hard, buying presents, wrapping presents, doing the cooking, the cleaning, whatever they're doing, you know, making sure everybody's having a good time, and probably they're not having a good time. They're not sat there in this Christmas jumper laughing at a mince pie, you know. So don't be fooled, you know. What we see, this bubble gum, the washed out thing, this advert, you know, on the television, it's not real life, that. It's just not real. I'm sure there are moments of humour. You know, when Grandad farts at the table, whatever, I'm sure that people do have a laugh. You know, of course they do. But, you know, the day can be quite stressful for those that are doing it. So we're lucky. Us alone, we've got no stress. At least we've got none of that. You know, to be forced into doing something just for the sake of whatever, the family, or the sake of tradition, or the sake of it's just how it is. To be forced into all that isn't great. To spend hour upon hour upon hour with people when you normally wouldn't isn't really great. In my book, it isn't great, you know. And I prefer my alone time, if I'm honest, you know. So that's number 2, is to don't be fooled. Don't be sucked in. Don't be drawn into this is how you should be feeling. Because it's not. Nobody knows how you should be feeling. Apart from you, maybe. But nobody else. Don't be fooled. Pointless. As I said in part 1, this is now your day. You know, your day of peace. Let those people that are paraded around to family and family and family, let them do that. Let them do that. Let them drive miles. Let them do whatever. All the cooking, all the buying of presents, all the wrapping of presents. If they want to do that and they're happy, then great. And good luck to you if that's what you do. Good luck, you know. These videos are not really about that side of it. You know, they're about perhaps a non-Christmas. They're about being alone. They're about feeling different, separate, apart from what is the so-called norm. You know, my norm is not to celebrate Christmas. My norm is not to have anything to do with it. I don't. I don't buy any presents. I don't wrap any presents. I don't write any cards. I don't wear a Christmas jumper. I don't pull a cracker. I don't eat a dry old bloody turkey. I certainly wouldn't have a real Christmas tree in my house. I think that's terrible, but whatever. You know. So that's not, you know, when I say don't be fooled, I mean I'm not fooled. I look at it with disbelief. I see an advert or a picture or whatever of this family all laughing like mad around a table. You know, it's, those moments are very fleeting if they happen at all, you know. But as I say, good luck to anybody if they celebrate Christmas or they do whatever they do. Good luck to everybody. We have to do it our way, you know. And as much as I appreciate their way, their Christmas, and I do, and I respect their way, you'd be amazed at some of the negative comments I've got from all manner of different people over the years, including, it doesn't matter who it's including lots of different people. We're not here to slag people off, I'm not anyway. Good luck to people. I respect you and I love you, and have a great day in whatever you're doing. We can still have a good day. We, the alone people, we can have a good day. You know, we can make it our day, as I said in part one, really. You know, maybe if you haven't got a dog, maybe you can stay all day long in your dressing gown. When did you last do that? No hassle. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Cook your favourite food. You know, have a nap on the sofa. I might do that. There's so much really you could do. Anyway, again, thank you to everybody in the chat. If anybody was in the chat, as I say, I'm making this a few days prior to Christmas. But it will come out Christmas morning, probably 9 o'clock Christmas morning. So the words that I'm typing, if I'm typing anything right now, will be live with you on Christmas Day. Just to feel some connection. It's not so much for me, I don't need to feel connected, but I do know that people are alone and they feel very much alone. And you're not really. You know, there will be a number of people that watch these videos. And there will be a number of people in your own street, your own village, town, whatever, that are totally alone. And if this year is a trial for you, if it proves to be a difficult day, I'm sure it won't. If it proves to be a difficult day, change it. Change it tomorrow. When you go back to work and somebody says, hello, how was your Christmas? Don't just say, oh, quiet. If you hated it, if this was your first Christmas alone, don't say that. Just say I spent it alone and I didn't like it at all, you know. And start putting the feelers out, start seeing what you can do for next year. You know, there are many people alone. And they're not all going to be sat here watching this video. You won't be able to connect with them on chat. They're in your own street, your own town. You know, get to know those people. You know, put something on Facebook a month before Christmas and just saying, is anybody alone? Does anybody want to come round for Christmas Day or Christmas dinner or to church or for a walk in the afternoon? Is anybody about? And also, if you do that a month before Christmas, you'd be amazed. There's a lot of different places that actually are open on Christmas Day. You know, but it's up to you in your town, your street, wherever, to find those people and to find those places. You know, I can't really pinpoint everybody in that direction. But if not, you know, I mean, that we're talking about next year, aren't we now? You know, so let's talk about today, bring you back down to today, now. Don't be afraid of today is tip number 3. So we've got don't compare, don't be fooled. And whatever else I just said, because I wasn't listening. I was just disturbed actually. There was a car pulled up very, very close. I don't know why. Could be somebody with Christmas presents. Anyway, I'll have to, it's gone totally out of my head what I just said. I'll have to turn the video off. Sorry about that. Turn the video off, watch it, and then I'll make a part 3 on the end of this. Very briefly though. Won't keep you many more minutes, and then you can go and enjoy your day. Enjoy it. Make it your day. Make it count. Be well. Hello. Don't be afraid of today. I forgot, didn't I? My brain just went, you know, it does happen when you're elderly. Don't be afraid of today. Today is what you make of it. And it's also what you think of it, you know. And you can make yourself afraid of it by thinking, oh, I should be all jolly and joyful. Again, looking at all these adverts or cards or whatever. Merry Christmas, happy, blah, 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 joyful. You know, this forced jollity that I hate with Christmas is actually forced. A lot of it is forced, you know. So, you know, you don't need a set of rules or criteria as to what this day is and should be. You know, don't be afraid is tip number 3 really. So, you know, by that I simply mean it's your thoughts that create this day. Your thoughts create your reality. I think we understand that, don't we? Your thoughts create your reality, so therefore your thoughts create this day, today, whatever today may be. So don't be afraid of it. Don't create in your mind what you think it should all be about, because it's not. Today is I'm just rolling a fag. Today is a different day. Today is your day, your alone day, perhaps. Anyway, I do hope some of my words might have helped in some way, you know. In video 1, I mean, it's just the part 1 of this video now, and I'm certainly aware this is a lengthy video, but then we're having a chat, hopefully, we're having a chat in the chat thing, which is where I will be right now. Quite surreal really. I'm making this video a few days before Christmas, but I will also be typing in the chat live as you're watching it. Yeah, so don't be afraid of this day. This day is nothing special. You can tell yourself that. It's nothing special. It's just Tuesday, it's just the 25th, whatever it is, you know. Don't be afraid of it. It'll soon be over. I keep saying that, and it will, you know. Have something to look forward to as well on this day, you know, because it's going to be a quiet day. Accept that. It's going to be a peaceful day, which is nice. But have something to look forward to. You know, is there a film you've been meaning to catch? Do it this evening. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, it's dark. Do some food. Put your feet up. Enjoy. Watch a film. Meditate. Read a book. Go and have a bath. Do whatever you do. Make it your day. You know, but don't be afraid of it. It is nothing special unless you think it's special. And obviously if you celebrate Christmas, then you think it's special. You think today is Christmas. You know, I'm going to wear my jumper, put my tinsel up, whatever you do on your Christmas, you know. But you don't need to be afraid of this day. What's this day going to do? What's this day going to hold for you, apart from a bit of solitude, a bit of welcome solitude actually, bit of peace, bit of quiet. I'm off now. Gonna have my fag, then do myself some dinner. But I will make another video properly on Christmas Day. Thank you. If anybody came into the chat now, I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And enjoy your day. Really, enjoy your day. If it does get on top of you, really, being alone, obviously you can phone Samaritans and have a chat there. But just have a think, is there anybody that you could possibly think of that may be alone on this day? A friend, a neighbour, family member, work colleague, whatever. Is there anybody that you think might be alone? They might welcome your company for an hour or two. They might. Give them a ring. If they say, oh no, I'm fine, I'm sorted, I've got the family around, that's great, whatever, you know. But just give them a ring, you never know. If not, just have a quiet, peaceful day and enjoy it your way. Okay, that's it. We're really going now. Thank you. Take care and be well. Back later.